Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mama. On today's episode, I take you into the skating verse. I just wanted to do a little show where I catch up with everything that is going on skating Twitter, everything that is going on in skating, as well as kick off the start of the Grand Prix competition. And of course, if we're going into the skating verse, we have to start with the one, the only Yuzuru Hanyu, who is currently living his best life. How do we know? Because Hanyu let us know. I will always strive for the ideal and continue to update that ideal regarding his first year anniversary of turning pro. What is this ideal that Hanyu is trying to update? Well, let me break it down for you. Yuzuru Hanyu's 1 year as a professional skater had an economic impact of approximately 124 million US dollars. 124 million is what Yuzuru Hanyu brought to the Japanese and global economy during his first year of professional skating. Japanese Prime Minister Abe presented the National Medal of Honor to Yuzuru. Yeah, he better have presented a key to the country to him. The man brought you 124 million for winning his second consecutive gold medal in the men's single skating at Pyongyang. I hope that, national medal comes with a hefty money bag, but we're going to leave it at that. And also, let us not forget, in the same year, Hanyu also sold out Tokyo Dome. I don't know if people understand what it means to sell out Tokyo Dome. If you're into K-pop, remember when Doombang Shingi sold out Tokyo Dome? How we felt? Doombang Shingi, when they sold out Tokyo Dome, we are talking about like major Japanese idols selling out Tokyo Dome. And our Yuzuru Hanyu sold out Tokyo Dome as a skater. I don't even have words to explain what Hanyu is doing out here. And then just because he could, Hanyu also was like, oh, I'm getting married. Just because he could, he was like, I'm getting married. He didn't do enough for 1 year. He had to give us one more. I would like to believe that the International Skating Union, ISU, have seen the error of their ways and they are ready to start anew. But that organization is rotten to its core, so I doubt that. But from one legend to another, Mao Asada is performing a triple axel at age 32, calling it a personal challenge for me. But she also hoped that this challenge can continue to encourage everyone. Why do I hate poor skating technique? Because with the right technique, we have skaters doing triple axels in their 30s. With poor technique, we have teenagers who could barely do a triple toe. This is why I hate people who promote shitty skating technique, because it robs the sport of so much. On happier topic, everything I love about figure skating is captured in this one little picture, well, two little pictures of my favorite, Satoko Miyahara, Tiny Queen. Yes. And it only get better with these pictures of Wang Jung Shui. The Tiny Queens keep killing it. Unfortunately, the figure skating partnership between our Tiny Queen and Kong Hong came to an end with the announcement of his retirement. Hong said, I will continue to contribute to figure skating in other capacity, and I also hope that Wei Zheng Shui can bravely pursue her dreams. I'm assuming that means that Sway may continue skating with another partner, but we don't have any confirmation yet. But I am so happy that Hong is being honest with himself and his fans. The most important thing for anyone skating or any other athlete or just people in general is personal health. Han made the best decision for himself, and I love to see it. Oh, we also have a new figure skating reality show called Breaking Ice with Coach Rory Flack. This is kind of giving me Miss D vibe, but I'm hoping it becomes popular because Lord knows figure skating needs something. Then we also have Miss Carolina Costner living her best life. Look at this sparkling pink dress that she is rocking. And Carolina Costner also joined the coaching staff of one of our favorite male skaters, Yuma Kageyama. I'm really looking forward to see what she can bring to him, how he grows, what they can do together as a collaboration. Then we had Moran Honda telling us, I really can't imagine myself not skating. Even though after moving to senior level, it wasn't always a joyful period. Oh my God, we all know how much potential Moran Honda had as a junior. We all were thinking of her as an Olympic champion. And unfortunately, things didn't work out that way. But the fact that she still enjoys skating, I'm so happy to hear that because a lot of skaters don't. And it's so good to hear someone still love the sport regardless of the outcome. We also had Cal Mura doing two short program in two different competition on the same day. Cal, relax, my man. The season just got started. Unfortunately, not everything was sparkling in the skating verse. My darling Daisuke Takahashi recently had an interview and said, I really hated skating. After retiring from single skating, I was really drowning in alcohol. Oh my God. This is like Daisuke about the struggles he faced around the 2014 Sochi Olympic. Daisuke went on to say, because of an injury, I felt the pressure of whether I could make it to the 2010 Olympic. I left home, run away due to pressure, and became unreachable for about 2 weeks. I feel like we see these skaters and they're smiling on the ice, but it's really hard to understand the physical, emotional, and psychological trauma that they have to go through to be at that peak, to be at that level. I personally love Daisuke. I love what he represents. I love what he's done for skating, especially coming out as an ice dancer, having been such a successful single male. I feel like that did so much to the sport, especially for his country. But the price he must have paid for that is just so much. I'm so glad to see him moving past that and being happy. Then Nathan Chen also shared some information about his Olympic struggle. He said, after the free program, I could barely move. I told the U.S. figure skating officials I would have to skate the exhibition. I didn't want to make a big deal out of my injury and tried to limit the number of people who knew about it. Again, again, we just see the outcome. We don't know the struggles. We don't know the pain. And Nathan is always such a calm and collective individual off the ice and on the ice. We couldn't have imagined what kind of pain and struggle he was going through during the Olympic. And it's only now that he's sharing it with us. And then something that had me livid. Brian Joubert, the former world champion, European champion, is being charged with violence against his skaters. So the French Federation of Ice Sports started a disciplinary commission against Joubert for act of violence. This is so beyond my comprehension because Joubert is an athlete himself. He probably went to some abuse himself, and you think he would try to break the cycle. I just don't understand this continual, you know, violence and abuse that is within figure skating, especially by former skaters who should know better. I hope, the skaters who have been abused by him get the help that they need so they can properly overcome this. And I hope the proper steps are taken to remove Jabir from the sport if these allegations turned out to be true. We need to be firm and just cut it at the knee. This BS is starting to get annoying. Then we moved to Queen Hyuna Kim, and she said she would never allow her children to pursue a figure skating career. Again, why would she after what happened? I'm surprised Yuna wants to do anything that has to do with figure skating. Especially when you see the hot mess that the sport has become. It was bad in her days, but it's even worse now. Why would she want her children to have anything to do with this sport? I mean, and then there's like quote like so few people knew how hard it was for Yuna as a figure skater. She was making history on her own with little to no support from her Fed or the government. The fact that she single-handedly built South Korean figure skating to what it is today, I mean, what did she have to sacrifice to get to where she is? And to me, this is so harmful for the sport because the environment is so toxic that all of these great skaters who could, after they retired, contribute so much to the growth of the sport want nothing to do with the sport. Again, this goes back to the ISU because of the corruption, because of the white envelopes, because of the black judging, because of just so much that has to do with the politics and not the skating. The sport is now what it is. But anyhow, moving on to something more positive. Look at this picture of the cricket head coaches. Look at Brian living his best life, looking fit. Okay, I'm about this. And then we also had the Junior Grand Prix season starting. We had two competitions held already. The first one was in Bangkok. For the first time, it was in Bangkok. The venue was small, but the audience was so generous and cheerful, and everyone looked like they were having fun. So at the Bangkok competition, the women started off with a bang. The podium was pretty much as to be expected, which was like Japan and Korea taking the podium. So Japan, Amni Nakai, took the gold overall. However, she lost the free skate to South Korea's Yoon Sung Kim, who delivered a clean triple axel in her free program to win that portion of the skate, but winning a silver overall. Rounding off the podium was Hee Soo Han, who skated two really clean program, her short and her long, giving her that bronze medal. Given how early the competitions start in Japan and Korea, it's no surprise that these skaters are ready for the competition season. My only worry is whether they're going to have the stamina to last throughout the whole season, especially given the fact that the South Korean team does have a tendency to overcompete its skaters. So that's something we need to watch out for. The men's podium, we saw Rio Nakata in first place. He was such a cute little thing last season. It was amazing to see how much he grew in just one season. But because he has such a sound Japanese jump technique, the growth did not affect his jumping, which is really nice to see. Then we had Francois Piat, who took home the silver, and China's Yahao Li took home the bronze. Lee is pure jump technique, no pre-rotation or under rotation. He has knee bend, good ice coverage. His jumps go up straight in the air and come down light and feathery. This is a promising young skater with good overall package and presentation. My favorite from the men was fifth place Min Soo So. And he is working with Patrick Chen, and you could clearly see it in his skating. The jump didn't work out for him this competition, but everything else, musicality, performance, skating skill, he has those things to spare. I'm really looking forward to see how this skater grows. From Bangkok, we moved on to Linz, where we had two of last season's favorites go head to head in the women. The podium again was split between the South Korean and the Japanese. Jia Chen, easily took home the gold medal with an effortless short program and a nearly clean free. Gia looked incredibly well prepared for this season. Again, if the Korean team don't overcompete their skaters, this could be her season. Silver was Japan Haruna Murakami, who went back to single after trying pairs last season. This was a great comeback for Haruna. Good solid jump, a fun ice personality, and good ice presence. This was a very pleasant surprise for me this season. Rounding out the podium is the always adorable Min So Kwan. Missing her triple flip, triple toe combination in the short program put her in 8th place. However, I knew Kwan would come back in the long. Speaking of the short program, this is Bollywood done right. Music choice, costume, choreography, presentation, everything was just right. When Minsu skated this short program cleanly, I can definitely see it becoming a moment. In the men, we had history being made with Slovakia's Adam Hagar winning the country's first figure skating medal for men. The podium was made up of Hangyeong Kim and Beck Stommer. These were two really good competitions so far to start the season. I really hope that the season only gets better from this point on. However, you guys let me know what you have been seeing going on in the figure skating verse and what you're looking forward to this season. Leave me a comment.